Hello, everyone. Welcome to Honest Mind Podcast. We're here again. It's been a while. We've been busy with schoolwork, assignment, and school activities, so we've not been able to shoot more content for you guys. So, thank you so much for your follow ups, and thank you to the others who always reach out to us to ask how is everything going on with us and why we have not been posting. So, now you know school activities, assignment, gee, it's taking our time, but we're here again with another banger
Yeah.
as usual.
Yeah,
Another
yeah.
banger soup. So I'm with my fellow cast members of Honest Mind podcast. I think they are not new. These are the founders of Honest Mind. So at least you guys say hi to the people. I think they have missed your handsome faces.
Yeah, of course they do. Hello, everyone. We say thank you for the patience. We know we'll be out for some time, but
Yeah.
we promise to make that all up for you guys. We appreciate your interest, your concern, and your activeness. So thank you so much.
As my senior man has already said, it's been a while since we gave you guys something, but now we'll try our best to be more consistent as we are back. And we're ready for you guys.
Yeah,
Definitely,
very ready.
guys. We are back and just deliver more banger for you guys.
Yeah. We're back again. So now we're here again with another wonderful topic. We're talking about limitation. So in this entire month of September, that's what we're talking about. We're bringing it to you hot. No cold servings here, hot. Now they come. So guys, let's. I want us to speak on the topic limitation. So, what is your take, or what can you say? How can you define limitation? I'll pass it over to you, to our senior man.
Limitation, I would say, is that all those stumbling block or hindrances which prevent us from attaining the goals we have set upon ourselves, or which prevent us from stepping up, going to the other side. Because in each goals we have set up with our, be it daily goals or monthly or yearly goals, you have to consider that doing those, you achieving those things, they will come in time. Even though how will I put it now? Even though we don't accept that those things will occur, but it's nature that definitely everything that have advantage, there will be a disadvantage. So limits are those things that cross the line. When you pass those things, then you have to go to the other side. So I would say they are stumbling blocks, especially for we attaining or crossing to the other side. Yeah.
Wow. So, what about you, Minister? What do you have to say about it?
For me, basically, I would say that limitations are, like he said, things which are in our way from achieving goals we set for ourselves, for our lives, and for things we want to achieve. So it can be either like trials and tribulations. So it can be either things which are by ourselves, which we cause to ourselves, or things which are just in our way due to outside factors. There's some things which you cannot control. So those other things which are not able to control can act as hindrances and limitations to your progress in life.
For me also, I'm going with them. Like basically, they said the main definition for limitations.
Why is it the same? I want to hear your own definition. Why is it the same?
Because it's like when you have like some boundaries in front of you, like you are not able to cross. That's kind of a limitation. Like if you want to achieve some goals that you have set for yourself, then definitely if you end up having some, like some, let's say some limits, like some problems, some issues in between.
Okay.
Yeah, you cannot. You can put this also as limitations because they don't. They will not. They are not allowing you to achieve your goal.
So it's like something that brings you back from your achievements or
Yeah.
from your goals.
Like it's kind of stopping you from achieving your goals.
Yeah. Can you be? I just want to put it out there on the table, because I think that someone can be limited, limited to getting their goal, but they are able to still continue in the process of getting the goal. Like they are limited to get their goals, they are limited to get their achievements for now, but they are not limited in the process of getting it. Does that make sense?
I'll say it depends on the final ends or the final process of when you start something.
Or does limitation comes with, does it affect the whole process, or it's just something that just puts, or it's just a barrier between you and your goal?
Okay, for some people it does affect the whole process because
I think I understand what you're saying. I feel like because you are limited in one area of your life does not mean you are limited in all areas of your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it can be like maybe one area of your life which is limited, but other areas of your life are progressing just fine. Let's say, for example, maybe you are limited, you're not that intelligent when it comes to school. So that when you go to university, you're unable to like progress each semester. You keep on like failing and stuff.
Yes.
But once you enter like one type of business, you're managing to like make some profits. You're doing something. Your podcast is having some views. So because one area of your life is not progressing does not necessarily mean your whole life is just there like this. So I feel like it depends on which area. There's some areas which can be progressing, while others are stagnant, or sometimes yes, your whole life can just be in shambles and
Yeah.
things are not working.
Yeah, I feel like if based on what minister said, definitely if that area is not yours and you are finding some limitations inside there, maybe what you should do is either take a break or like from that thing, or just focus on what you are really progressing in. Like you just put your whole energy into that thing that is not, it doesn't have limits for you.
So basically you're trying to tell us now that if you are limited to get something,
Yeah.
and let's say for example you are limited when it comes to your education and all, like there's a big limitation, and then you are progressing in business, so you should just forget about the studies.
No, for me, I won't agree with that.
Yeah, even me,
Like
I don't agree with that.
when you are limited to something, that's why we said something is being
What can even
limited.
cause, the problem now is that what can even cause someone, sorry to cut you off, what can even cause someone to be limited in progressing in their studies?
Various factors could cause someone.
Like what?
Various factors, maybe I would say environment, culture, depending on, you know, we humans, there are some ways we relate to the outside world. There are some places I will travel to, I won't be able to, maybe their culture, I won't be able to like welcome or embrace that environment.
Yes.
And it will take me more time for me to adapt.
Yes.
So for that certain period of time, that could be a limitation because it's going to hinder some certain things, how I operate.
Yeah.
So back to what Minister said about that limitation of the education also. You being limited to education doesn't mean that we are studying, doesn't mean that we have to come out first class in our education. You get. So
But you have to come out now, waiting.
no, you don't.
You have to come out now,
No,
waiting.
just
You know what come out first class.
The matter of the fact that we are just going there to learn, because 40 years from now, whatever you study in university is what they are going to teach again 40 years from now.
Why you think so?
But let us go. Let not go there because it's going to change the topic. Honestly, so when I hear people say this, when they say school is kind of a scam,
so you agree?
You go there. We are not going there to learn.
Wait.
Yeah?
Wait. Do you sound like you agree? Say school has come.
Somehow I agree because 20 years from now, my children, you know what I learned today is what they're going to learn. Because if you check 6 years, 10 years ago to now, it's the same thing. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Why you think so?
The syllabus, the textbooks, everything.
For me, I disagree.
It's the same thing.
I disagree.
Honestly,
You cannot
so I'm
say it's
telling
the
you.
same thing because there are some things that has changed. There are some
Improvements.
updated
Yeah.
No,
version of
the only thing that
that
changed there, the only thing that
subject
changed
or
there,
something.
maybe the technology.
It's something.
Definitely, yeah.
But
The techniques, the techniques can change.
no.
Okay. Let's be honest. Now, I think say we won't bring her back to school. Now we won't bring her back to school. Let's be honest. Whatever thing that has been taught last 4 3 semester,
Yeah.
if they want to teach it to someone who just apply and then start studying, it's not the same way. It's not the same technique. You know why? Now there could be like a easy way of getting it done. So it's never the same.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying the mode of teaching might be different. You get me?
That's the difference.
Like the means of teaching might be different.
the
But
content-
you see those things that like the content, the
still the
topics,
same.
everything is still the same thing.
Okay.
So when
It's like same but different.
yes, so back to that limitation in terms of education. So people might think that we going to school, we have to come out top notch.
But you have to.
So no, it's fine. That's for me. That's just a title, and sometimes titles are not necessary for we. So we attending that school. Some people might think, okay, since I'm not doing well, not doing well doesn't mean that they are not coping with the education. No, not doing well that maybe they are not coming with first 10 of their class or whatever foundation.
So what can hinder them, or what can put a limit for them not coming well?
I feel like not knowing yourself and not understanding yourself in certain areas. Like for me, I know that if I sit in a class and my lecturer is explaining something, I will never understand it. No matter how well that lecturer explains it, I will never know it. But once I go to my room and I sit down and I open that book and I try to read through myself, I'll be able to like learn. So if I'm in class, I'll feel frustrated and say, how come we're learning the same things as the class? But for me, I'm not
Nothing.
learning. I'm not understanding anything.
Yeah.
But because I've like asked myself certain questions, so now I know that it's just not my learning style.
Yeah.
My learning style is to be alone with my book, to sit
Yeah.
and like go through and try to understand what's going through by myself.
Yeah.
Then when I have questions, of course I'll go ask, okay, what's going on here?
Yeah.
What's going on here? But if I sit in class and someone is just quick,
Nothing.
nothing will enter for me. So I feel like me learning about myself and
Yeah,
how
this
I
just like
understand
discovering
things.
yourself.
Yeah, discovering myself help me avoid that limitation. Because before I would sit in class and say, how come I'm not learning? Am I just dumb or like what's going on, you know? But after I took time to reflect on my life and like understand myself, I was able to say, okay, maybe this is not my style.
Yes.
Maybe my style is different. So if somebody is able to learn themselves and understand how they operate on a personal level, they'll be able to like reduce some limitations they may be facing.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
That's powerful.
that's powerful. Let's give you a share. Okay.
Oh, God.
All right. So what when it comes to things that can hinder your because now we just talk about things that can hinder your studies.
Yeah.
All right. What about you? What do you want to say about things that can put limits?
I think lack of motivation.
Lack
When I
of
say lack of
motivation.
motivation, I don't mean like you need to have a friend whereby will be motivating you, because sometimes you have to be your own motivation. Honestly, some people will need another person to motivate them, but other person will just have to be their own motivation. Like
Yeah.
just have to.
So it's like you have to be
Sometimes-
self motivated, right?
Sometimes you just have to like maybe look at yourself in the mirror and then talk to yourself, telling yourself the things that you want to achieve. That can be like the main motivation for yourself. And also believe that you can achieve those goals, because if you don't really believe in yourself, then my friend, you're just like you'll just be wasting your time. Honestly, that's why it's good to be self-motivated, honestly, because it's not good to
Self-motivation.
be depending on other persons, especially when it comes from motivation, not all the time. So that's why I believe that you have to learn how to be self-motivated first. Yeah,
So it's like you have to be self motivated before other people can motivate you, right?
yeah. For me, I think that that's one of the best way to reduce those limitations.
To reduce limitations.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
say that.
So, Cinnamon, what about when it comes to your life goals?
Yeah.
your life goals. So would you say that we are all limited to accomplishing our goals?
Yeah, like they say, no good thing comes easy.
Easy.
Though there's always a shortcut, a clean shortcut, but no good thing
You say
comes
that is a
easy.
shortcut.
Yeah.
I
So
beg
yeah,
you, no encourage our fans to follow shortcuts.
very shortcuts. Some shortcuts are so clean when you know what you are doing. They are very clean. That. So what I mean by shortcut, okay, I'm in the learning process now. I get to meet someone. Maybe the way I've mapped up my goals now might take me 3 to 4 months based on the program I'm heading to. And I meet someone that has been there for a couple of years and he gave me direction. So what will take me like literally 4 months might take me 1 month. So those are the kind of shortcuts I mean. So what we understand is that in as much as there's bad, there's always a good.
Yes.
And for you to attain that good, let me not say most, at least you will experience some difficulties.
Definitely.
Yeah. So
I think it's a must to experience difficulties.
yeah,
Part of the
I don't
process.
really want to say it's a must because I would say I've seen like some few people. Okay, maybe internally they experience their own difficulties though.
Yes, now it's not
but
everything you
for
know
me, in
now.
my own eyes, I feel like
It's easy for
it's
them.
easy.
But
Yeah,
it's
it's
not.
just like they start now and maybe just
Definitely.
100%.
That's what
I
we
said. I
told
don't want
you.
to say.
You don't know the sacrifice they
I'm
have
telling
made.
you.
You don't
So-
know the time they have put there. You know, so I don't think it's just something that just happened.
So
No success. No, one thing I've understand personally, I feel like no success just happen overnight.
there's always sacrifice.
Yes, there's
Definitely.
sacrifice, there's time consumption, there's a lot of things going on which we don't know. But the only thing we see is the success, right? We say, this person has made it, but we don't really know how he made it. The sleepless night,
What you have been
thinking.
through, everything.
Yeah.
So I would say if on our way to success or whatever we are trying to attain,
Yeah.
we should just prepare that, okay, draw a map that, okay, what if?
Yes.
That is the question you have to ask yourself. What if, okay, if I do like this, if this goes wrong like this, what else will I do? You just like, you kind of build that, say you wire it in your mind, you build that, okay, if this will limit me to this, how can I overcome this? How can I pass by? So I would say definitely there always will be a limitation to get somewhere.
Yeah. So, what are those so-called limitations or challenges? Is it? Can we put the limitation as the challenges that can come?
Yeah.
Because it's
You can say
basically
it's challenges.
they kind of hug each other when it comes to restriction. Because limitation is restriction, right?
Yeah.
Things that just restrict you from getting what you want. So, what are many of those things that can restrict you? And I have a question. If, for example, on getting your goals, you are restricted, are you also restricted in the process of getting those goals? Like, we know, okay, getting the goals there's a restriction because of course we have to go through the process. So in that process, what are some things that can also restrict us in those process?
Finances.
Finances. Why you say finances?
No, there's certain things, like no matter how we try to downplay it, money is very important in life.
Yeah.
So there's certain things where you try to achieve them, but you can't achieve them because your pocket is restricted. Like,
Yeah.
you can't
Your pocket
your pocket is not happy. You know? So yeah, that can be a hindrance.
You have the idea, but
Yeah, you have to
no fun. Everything but no chips for robbers.
So finances can be a very, very major hindrance
Right?
to our goals.
Yeah, it can just affect the process.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? What other things?
For me, I still believe in motivation. But I think motivation
cannot only say-
can also affect that. Definitely.
Motivation.
Because let's be honest.
it can affect, but I think I can make a kind of argument from that. because I feel like you have to get to a certain stage. I'm saying from my own point of view, I feel like you have to get to a certain stage for you to develop that spirit of self-motivation. You have to get out from some, we are all going, we're all learning. So I feel like if we are boxed in some place, you won't have what's called self-motivation. So you have to like learn. That means like go outside the box. You get, so from there we build our character. You develop your brain now begin to function when you see, because sometimes those self-motivation relies on what we see. For some people, oh, this is my goal, okay, I want this. When you go, you start doing your research, you start studying, attending seminars and all those stuff. So I feel like we have to like explore more, do research more, because everything we are attending, there is always somebody that's way far ahead of us.
Definitely.
And I think some things, I don't think you even need motivation from yourself. You just have to do it. Like, okay, let's talk about our studies now. No matter the matter, you have to do your assignment. Even though you are motivated, you are not motivated. Even though you are feeling like, oh, I don't want to do it.
It's just something you have to do.
Yeah, there are things. I don't think you need motivation on everything. You don't need motivation on everything. There are some things, my guy, no matter the matter, you have to do it. You don't need any motivation. You don't need nobody to talk to you. You don't need to talk to yourself. You don't need to advise yourself. You just need to take your ass from that place, carry your nyash, go do that thing, complete that task.
Okay, what about those people that they don't even care about it, like they don't want to do it?
My guy, if not school, you fail them now. You don't fail them now.
There's a quote I saw from somebody. He said, like depression is a luxury, because for me, how I grew up, no matter how you wake up in the
You won't be
morning,
depressed.
you have to look for food.
Yes,
Even though I'm sad, I'm upset, I have to get out of bed and go look for money for food. Because if I don't get out of bed, I won't eat today. So those of you who sit and say, oh, I'm not motivated today, I can't move, it's because you have that luxury to say, okay, even though I don't go outside, I'll be okay.
I have something.
But now imagine that one who lives mouth to hand, hand to mouth. How, if he doesn't go outside today, he won't eat today. So he has to find, even though he's not motivated that day, he has to
do it, like
find
no
a way
choice
to get up.
There is no way he cannot be motivated. Like, there's no way. Like, I think that kind of person doesn't live by motivation.
Yeah.
There are people who don't live by motivation. Like, they just get it done. Like, they have to do it.
That is your primary goal. That's your responsibility. No matter how weak, how strong you are, you just have to do this.
You just have to do it.
I've actually realized that more as I've been doing this internship thing, because there's some days where I wake up and I'm like, Chico, today is not the day, and I'll miss work. I won't But imagine that man who's taking care of his family. He has a job. Some days, obviously, he wake up and say, today I feel like, let me just sleep. But he can't, because he has people to feed. He has to take care of,
He has a lot of responsibility.
I feel like the more we explore, the more we research, the more less our limitations will become. Because when we get to explore, we get to meet people, you get to learn more.
I like that one. I will give you applause on that. I like that one. Please, can you repeat that word again?
I said the more we explore or the more we research, our limitations become lesser. Yeah, so we get to meet people, we get to learn more.
I'll give you applause. Applaud. No, that was very strong. I like that word, because at some point, I don't think there's limitation to everything in our life. I don't think it's on everything.
I think each and every one of us would have experienced sometimes maybe something we have been find it difficult to solve. Maybe you met someone, or you spoke to someone, or you read a book, or maybe you go somewhere and you see then you come back and you do that in another 2 minutes or another 1 day. You say so this is what I've been killing myself for the past couple of. So that learning process. Learning, when I say to learn, we learn from various aspects. Maybe you picking up a book and read. Maybe you having a conversation with someone. All kind of things is all part of learning.
Yes.
So I think all those things, it really helps us.
Yes. Wow.
There's sometimes where you have a problem and you can't find a solution because your thinking is only in one direction. But then once you share it
Thank
with
you, yeah.
somebody,
Yeah.
you see it in a different perspective,
Yeah.
which you do not even process before for yourself.
This thing happened to me. This thing happened to me today when I went to see my lecturer. So she gave us one test, right? In that test, I was overthinking. And like now I was thinking outside outside the box instead of me to just look deeply to just get it done. And that thing was so simple. Like when I went to
Maybe that's why you were overthinking.
Yeah,
For
because-
yourself, you're like, this thing cannot be so simple. Like
yes,
this.
thank you. And the funny thing is that I had the solution, but then I did not put it to submit on my test. So when she called me like, okay, how come you do this part, but then how come you did not finish this thing?
And maybe she or he expected that.
That
you-
I was, so I was like, okay, you know what will happen, miss? Okay, just do it. Let me see. When she do it, I was like, I tell her, I said this thing. I said, you know the what miss? I wrote this thing when I was solving this problem. I wrote it on my work note. I do the same thing, but I was thinking like,
It can't be this.
it can't be this. It can't be this. So I was just like doubting myself to say like, no, this is not it. This is not it. And there's one I submitted to her. I was thinking I did rubbish, like total nonsense. I got full marks. Then she was laughing. She tell me like, how come you thought that you did rubbish for this, but you still submitted it? You got full mark. Then why didn't you do the same rubbish?
Yeah.
Then I said sorry. I said I don't know. You know, so it's very crazy. You know, that's why learning.
Another thing I figured out is that mostly our youths, when it comes to this limitation, I feel like when we are preparing or when we are working towards our goals, majority of us we don't count those limitations. We just like if we start this thing, it's going to go 100%
You don't expect them.
perfect.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be so.
It's like we never prepare for the worst.
In your psychological aspect or in your mind, being positive, yes, we expect that whatever we start, we're going to finish it.
Yeah, of course.
But
you have to prepare for the worst.
you have to like prepare
Yeah.
and come out with like what if. So I feel like what's causing most of those issues that when we start something, like we don't really like sit down and talk about okay, how long the process,
Will take.
the limitation this will take. So at that point, when we don't discuss those things and we proceed ahead to attain those goals, along the line we are hit by limitations now. So before you recover yourself, that's going to be like, okay, maybe I didn't plan well. No, if we have planned well from the beginning, that okay,
You will be ready for it.
if this will take me like if a problem occur, it take me like 2-3 days or 2 months to solve. How will I go about the people I'm going to meet? You get it? Because sometimes you can't do everything on your own. That's the fact.
Yeah, and some people, when you will start talking like this, like thinking that way, some people will say that you are
You're
negative.
Yeah.
No,
And that doesn't mean
no,
that
no.
you're being negative.
It's not about being
That means like-
being negative. Everybody wants to win, but during that process of winning, it doesn't come easy. There will always be a dispute. You get it might not even be from what you are doing, maybe from your colleague, or if you are in business, maybe your board of directors or whatever. You have to plan all those things ahead.
Yeah.
You get, so I feel like
True.
one of the major problems causing those excess or too much limitations is that we don't get to plan. So when you plan and you see the structure,
Yeah.
you know the duration. When I get to this stage, if this happen, how will I solve this? How the people I'm going to meet, how can we all come together and put it out? So I think by doing so, all these will be like the limitation will become more lesser.
Yeah.
So that means you guys are basically saying that we can only be fully restricted when we don't manage our risk.
Yeah, when you say fully, I'll say yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we don't tend to prepare for.
Because by then it might be like 90%, it might be too late for you.
Yeah.
If you are running a business, how, for instance, you are running a business now, and you don't maybe sign
have
contract
a
or
backup
get a
plan.
lawyer, then
Yeah.
maybe someone hit you with a lawsuit. How long will it take to get a lawyer and start organizing? For example, maybe your customer will say, "Oh, this one is not even prepared."
Yes.
So you say this kind of stuff.
Don't be reactive. You should be proactive.
Proactive.
Oh, the minister. Oh
You have to be prepared before it happens. That's powerful.
Minister, please, I want you to repeat that word again. Say it again. Say it again.
Don't be reactive. Be proactive.
Be proactive.
Plan for the worst before even it happens to you.
Definitely.
Why people always see it as the negative mind? Because I've seen someone that says that I think I told the person, like, even though you are praying for something, also have a plan B. The person was like, that means he doesn't believe. No, it doesn't mean I don't believe.
We all
It means that I'm
believers.
preparing myself.
We all believers. Even the Holy Bible will tell you that before you attain this, the devil will try to strike.
Yeah,
Those are the limitations.
yeah, those are restrictions.
When he strike, what will you do?
Yeah, so those are the preparations to say, okay, if this thing goes south, okay, I'll follow east or follow west. May south day, ma follow east, ma go one side. Yeah, some persons see that being negative.
No.
Some persons sees it that way.
Such people are the ones who never buy insurance. So if they can buy insurance, it means
Yeah,
that.
they think it's waste of money.
But the day I think at you.
Yeah, they
Insurance.
Yeah.
Man, honestly, I'll tell you, I'm not a fan of that too. I've never.
Insurance?
No. I just feel like for me, I feel like I will always have. I just feel like that thing.
Yeah.
They want to just chop our
No,
money.
it's because we didn't grow in that life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like in Africa, who you won't go tell? But there are people who live on those things. But people like
But I
us,
will
I
tell
think
you-
many of us,
Honestly, just like we have matured enough and we are learned now.
Yeah.
If I'm driving the car, you tell me that you have insurance. I say no. Say if you buy your car, I'll tell you you want to kill me or you are wishing me bad luck. I'm not buying a car to buy shit. And those things, 80% it will happen. And you must bash your car. When you tell me, I'll say you are being my enemy. You are those things.
Enemy of progress.
I was talking to somebody the other day. I went to the clinic, and the medical insurance was like 30,000 ringgits. Then we get in Malaysia. So I was telling them, if only they gave us that money, because like for me, I rarely get sick. So all that medical insurance I'm paying.
Just cash. So you like cash out.
But
You're like, I don't
sometimes,
need it. Yeah,
I guess
true.
it's important because
Yeah,
you never
true.
know.
True.
Have to be prepared for the worst.
Yeah.
Always have to be. Always
Don't
have
try to be so smart.
Yeah. So I think we've talked about school, we've talked about life, but how can someone because there are some times some situations happen or some restriction occurs. Do you think that person might need someone to take over? Like, let's say for example you are doing a business or you want to do a business, and then something occurs or restriction happens, let's say let's say something happened, right? Is it important that person might need some like another person to be like a backup to continue that process, or it's just something like, okay, no, in that area we shouldn't be looking at that area, we don't need a second commander?
No, so I think it's necessary depending on the situation. That because I've never seen a business where a single man is running a business. I've never seen any business. Maybe one of the board of directors might have the biggest shares, but you owning that company that is successful. So I think there should always be a backup. In terms of business, maybe something on your personal life might occur, then that thing might want to tarnish your image. So for you not to go further and get that your business tarnished, you have to step down, like most of the companies do. You have to step down and let other people. So I basically think in everything we do, we should always have people, good people around us, that could basically take things up. So it's for me. I would say yes.
It's like how Skinny said earlier that he had that problem at school, but he didn't see the solution. But then once his lecturer looked at it, she told him that it was such a simple solution. So sometimes there's certain situations to happen where we have tunnel vision, whereby one is looking at things in one perspective. But then if you look at things from a different perspective, you get insight from different people that are able to give you like other solutions which you did not even realize were available to you. This is why I believe networking is very important, because like you get to learn from people's experiences. You get to tap into that experience, the things they've been through. Because there's certain things which other people have been through which I have not been through. And maybe that thing which I've been through will help them solve the problem which I have right now, because they have that experience already.
Yeah.
So like being able to learn and take experience from somebody else can be very important, you know, even like running things and stuff like that.
Yeah. So at some point, we are not lonely.
No.
We can
We
want to be alone, but at some point we are not lonely, because you being alone doesn't make you lonely.
Being alone is not you won't. For me, I agree with you. Being alone doesn't mean you are lonely.
Yeah, because you could have people. You could have people you're talking to. You could have people you're seeking advice from. You could have people who mentor you.
Role to play. That's the fact.
You could have those people, but it's just that you just like to be in your own space. Do you think that can limit you or can restrict you to, or let's say being alone? Do you think it can restrict you from learning new things?
No, I would say I would say no.
How?
I would say no. No, I would say no. I would say, in as much as you know what you are doing, being alone won't limit you to those restrictions. That I will give you in the aspect of business. Everyone have a role.
When I like business with this man.
Okay, even in school. Even in school.
No, let's stick with business, because I see future billionaires,
definitely.
You know,
so,
businessmen, business tycoons.
Like I might be a natural loner. You get, like someone that like to study a lot, study alone, being alone. That doesn't mean that if I go to school and they share a group work, each work should be assigned to all individuals, right?
Yeah.
So when I get to do my own, definitely there's WhatsApp group we share. I just post my own there. So
it's like partially you're also working. You like to be alone, but you're not lonely because you're also working with other people.
Yes. So I would say it won't limit, in as much as you know what you are doing. Because I won't see $1 if you say you're like $1 being alone. What's the essence of you being alone? Yeah, because what are you learning? No. If you're being alone, that you have your own time. Maybe those time you are being alone, you are researching, you are finding things, sharing to the rest of the people.
Yeah.
Just that you just like your own company.
Maybe that's how you learn more for yourself. Yeah.
So that's my own point of view. I would say it's not a bad thing.
So, what can limit you as a person? We have talked about school. We have talked about life goals. So you as a person or someone that is out there, what can you say can limit them? Or what limits you as a person?
There are many vices. I wouldn't want to go into.
Let's speak on it.
I would want to go into personal. Wow, let me just kind of make it like broad.
If you want to make it, this is Honest Mind podcast.
Yeah.
If you want to make it personal,
Make it personal.
make it personal. If you want to state it via experience, because I think that's why we're here. As Honest Mind podcast, we are here to share maybe our experiences.
Yeah.
Also, what we have seen in people, what people has told us. You know, so let's be open. Let's be open. Let's try to.
Minister, you're good.
Or is it because it's been a while, so we come now, we are trying to hide ourselves? No. Let's be open, because whatever thing we are saying, someone might be going through it. So if we are able to highlight that problem, I think that person can change to say, okay, let me change in this area.
Yeah.
Let me try this other area. So yeah, let's.
For me,
what can limit you as a person?
This modern world, I would say, what can basically limit.
Anytime this man just try to say, this modern world, just know that a banger is coming. Banger.
Come feel like would limit. Okay, let me say it in a like way youth male aspects. There comes a time where life is good. You say no, life is very good. When life come at you fast, there are a couple of things that could limit you, and those things when it hits you, because by then you won't know, but when it hits you, for you to recover, it will take a couple of years. That's if you recover from it.
Things like what?
I'm still coming. Let me learn. I'm still coming. So I would say probably I would say addiction. Addiction to
what type of addiction?
They say money rules the world, right? So when you find yourself in some certain situation or some certain position where you know that everything is going for you well, the other thing that will coming at you very fast. By then you have no control of yourself. That's basically the truth. Like you don't have no control of yourself. Today you are here, tomorrow you are there.
So I never get your
He's looking behind the scenes.
You say addiction to money or what?
No, not addiction to money.
They say more money is better than what?
Money. I say addiction to womanizing. Womanizer, because then today you are with Latinos, tomorrow you are with Spaniards or Spaniards. You get. So I think those things are one of the things. Like normally, if you could check that, I say two things cause the downfall of a man. Like generally, money and women. That's basically the two things that would cause the downfall of.
So does it mean that men should not be with women anymore? Or
No.
Yeah, men should be.
Minister, you say no.
Men should be with women. Like that aspect. When life is so good at that time, you shouldn't. You should like
be carried away.
Today you are with Neka. Tomorrow we are with Shoma. In the afternoon we are with Chidima. So all kind of things. You get to a point. You won't even understand who you are anymore.
Right.
So before you can cover yourself. So for me, what I've seen, so I feel like those are one of the limits that could limit a man from attaining its goals. Because by then you get to see many problems. You meet different people. You get to see many problems. Today, all these. You guys understand what I mean?
We don't understand. Make us understand.
So those problems that come with hanging around.
I want to say something.
You want to say something, but you're not going straight up.
So let's put it that.
Okay, so you're trying to let us know that addiction to women and money.
Okay, for you should be preserved. You should be preserved. No, not for me. Generally.
How is
I'll tell you.
Okay, do you think
90% of men or youth living today that life is good for them? I'll tell you that 90% of them life come at them fast. Look at them. You see women floating. They might be rejecting, but those are one of their major things that comes to them at that point. It's women.
That's a statistic.
You get so. I'm not saying.
Okay.
So you got.
Minister, I see you have something to say.
Minister, I always have something to say.
No, I agree with.
Minister, you have something to say.
I agree with senior man. They say, like he said.
Wait, do you agree with him saying that, like, money could be an addiction, and
That's
then
what he's saying.
No. I don't
you said two things that can. You said there are two things.
No, I said.
Is it just you say women and money?
No, I said as a youth, when life come at you fast, there are people that when life is good, when you have money, the addiction, the first addiction you will see is when women comes around.
Okay, you're trying to say like when a man is making it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
You did not make it clear.
No, I understood him.
I think me and this man was in the same space because when he said the way he came, he was like, you know.
Now you understand.
Because imagine you have the money now,
Yeah.
so you start using that money to
Womanize, follow the mama them.
You lose focus.
Sometimes you don't have to use the money.
They just come.
They just come
because they know to say
it's there.
this side.
But you know say money like it's like sugar. if you
money is sweeter than sugar. Look like sugar. Money is sweeter than sugar.
Why say
You can use
why
money
it's like sugar?
Thank you.
Because it brings some honestly money brings different people in your life.
Exactly.
To be honest, you see that is in a bad way because it can bring some ants. That this ant, my guy, this ant they don't come to add sugar. They come to finish your sweet.
So what's the positive one? If ant is negative, what's the positive?
I don't know. I don't sabi.
The positive I would say honeycomb, but they come and build. They come and build.
It brings some builds.
Yeah, so bring more sweets, right?
This more sweetening,
Bring more
sugar
sugar.
Yeah.
Because it is sweet more. Honestly, it is sweet more when we say, even though you dey follow women or the women around you, they should at least adding something to you.
Some value.
Yeah, some value.
Advice, ideas.
Yeah, sometimes it's not just about
money.
finances.
No,
You know, at least they are putting new ideas.
Maybe they say you are doing like this now, but
Yeah.
this thing can go well for you. Just try it. All kind of stuff.
Yeah, because for me, I like me a girl that want to teach me new things.
Definitely.
You know, I like
Not
me.
me.
A girl that wants to
I
teach
love
me.
me
I
a
like
girl that will teach me new things.
I want to learn new things, something new, not something say don't make sense. So something, not just bring something say because you want to teach me. No.
No.
The thing need to make sense. You know, it might be business. It might be, it might be, some small advice. Some area that I'm not looking at. Yeah, you can also bring that to light. So minister. Oh no, Raul has not been saying too much. He's focused on this game. I don't know who is winning, but So Raul, what limits you as a person?
You ask him very well. I would say you ask him personally. What limits him? Yeah.
Why for you?
For me right now.
For you didn't want to make it personal.
I can go again. Don't give us.
There's so much energy when it comes to
I'm always.
this one I'm comfortable because I know.
For me, right now, I would say money, because I feel like I'm in this age whereby I really need to like start making money.
Right.
Yeah. For me, that's the main thing right now. Because definitely right now, since I'm about to finish school, so I just feel like it's time to start thinking about how am I going to start making money, right? Because I'm about to start the the next chapter.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me I can say like that's the main thing right now.
But I don't think. Do we think money is okay? Yeah, money. Is money a restriction to our progress?
Lack of money. Lack of money.
Yes.
Lack of money.
Lack of money.
Because if you're saying money, for me, I'm just.
So let me ask you a question. So since money is your goal now, right? So what's hindering you from making that money?
Yeah.
This stage that you're at.
Right
so
now?
what's your limitation?
Yeah.
to
What is your
achieve
limitation
that
from
goal
making that
of
money?
Making that money.
I will not call
Because
it
I know you're
limitation,
making
I'm
money.
just
It's limitation. Because there are ways to make money.
No.
Yeah.
The ways that I have in my mind of making money, the first thing I need to finish is my degree.
So that means you're saying degree
that's
now.
what-
So degree now is restricting you from making money. How?
No,
Maka, how?
that's what I'm saying. Like I cannot call it as limitation, because for me, first thing, if I want to, the way I'm planning to start making money, first thing, everything has to pass through my degree. I have to finish my degree first, and then I will continue with the next steps.
That means you are on the process.
Yeah.
So that means you're not really liking money. Because I think if you mention if you had mentioned like okay, you're trying to start a business and then you need money, I will understand that okay, there's lack of money.
Part of it.
Okay, they make it clear. Not they make us the guess. Why
yeah,
you
it's
making
part
us
of it.
guess?
It's part of it because in my mind I have like a lot of ideas, like a lot of business. So
at least share one idea for someone to because someone can be no. See, we need to understand. We are not just here to talk about problems. We are also here
Bring solutions.
to bring solutions. So
You share your business ideas.
yeah, because there are some situation also. Someone is out there. It could be passing the same situation. So I know that you're smart enough to have a solution, but maybe yet you have not applied it.
Nah,
So share at least one of your solution you are looking up to say okay, with this solution done.
No, that's not the solution.
The solution is get
what about
money.
business? You don't have to say solution. Maybe we can give you a solution.
No, first I know this might get solution.
The solution is to get money. Yeah, that's the solution.
How are you going to get the money? How are you going to get the
Know
money?
the business. If you know the business, you can say okay, you can get endorsements. Basically, sometimes the money doesn't have to come from you.
True.
No,
You can just share your idea.
True. Maybe we can invest.
For the next 6 months, we'll give you this.
What are we going to get in return?
Or
So how far?
Give us 80% shares.
Yeah, or give us 50-50. Or give us 50-50. Okay.
For now,
Tell us one of the business. Maybe we want to invest.
Now, most of my business is to open it definitely back home. It's like a public transport company, like
Okay.
a small company. Yeah, like we'll be in charge of, like dealing with schools, everything like small bus, all these things.
Oh,
Like
for
just
children
pick up.
Oh,
something like this.
Nice idea.
And
So are you doing it for charity or are you doing it for business?
business?
So like to make profits,
Yeah.
not for
Yeah,
charity.
maybe you can collab with the schools.
Okay, it's like you're giving them the buses.
let's start with the parents. To say instead of the parents taking the children every day to school,
More like a private.
Okay.
Because for us back home, like not all colleges are they don't all of them they have bus, like public transport, everything.
Oh.
Because most of them
That means
they
we
have
need to
use
go and build
taxi.
school there. Oh.
Yeah.
What's up? What do we do? More go build school there now, so that more make a difference. Because if the other,
No, but some of them they provide like transport. But anyway, it's just
or is this something that is not affordable for everyone? The people who provide.
It's not about that. It's about the college. Some college they don't really provide. They don't really have. They don't really like want to put it. So other one it will be. I think it will be included into the fees.
Yes.
Yeah, for the ones that they provide bus.
Okay.
Definitely, I still have to do some research on all these things. So yeah.
yeah, for us in my country, for those schools that don't have buses, sometimes the parents will just like collaborate amongst themselves to say we'll pay one bus driver to say every day you go collect these guys and then we'll give you small money. So
For us, I also heard that some taxi drivers will have like a small contract with some parents to pick their kids like every morning. Yeah, something like this.
It's also like that for us back home. Not all schools provide transportation. Yeah, not all schools. Yeah, that's a good business. So you know what you do? Try to do your business plan. Try to
For now it's just like
analyze and
just
see what we can do.
I don't have too much going on, so first thing let me finish my degree, then I will have
this is why earlier on I said sometimes finances can be limitations. Because you see this idea, if you had that money to say, by now
But do you know that sometimes if you have that money, you could make big mistake. Why I said that, money actually is not the solution for every business.
Problem,
Every business it's not money
It's the
solution.
starting point, not the solution.
It's not the solution, because this man could have, if he has the money now, he has no experience, he has no mentorship about that business.
He'll
This
spoil
man
it.
will just enter
Yeah.
and go out. So I think now the idea should not just be the
Based
boss or based on the transportation. There should be more.
Because even sometimes,
There
if,
could be more.
if you know any like person who has a bus or something, you can speak to him. Say,
Yeah,
"Hey,
you can
come
even
on."
start to
For
work
me-
with that
for me-
person.
Yeah.
For me, like I'm still doing some research. Like I'm talking to people like back home to know how
Yeah,
the
you need
situation.
to. You need to
So
talk to
yeah,
them.
I just keep myself updated on the situation. Yeah, when I will have like the plan and everything to start, then yeah, we'll be able to go for it.
Yeah.
I know this. I was watching this thing back a long time ago where there was this guy who he doesn't know how to like buy cars online and stuff like that, or he doesn't want to buy a car. But he's now the kind of person who, if you want to buy a car, he can connect you to somebody
Yes.
who can go and pick up the car from you from. Because for us, in my country, we don't have a port, so you have to either go to South Africa or Tanzania
to
to
pick up
collect
the
the
car,
car. So if you want the car, you call him, then he will arrange everything for you. Then he himself will go collect the car and come back and give you your money. So that's like an idea of a business which can be started even without like finances. How he has no
Yeah.
money
Yeah.
to do everything. So you do everything, collect everything.
Yeah.
But him will put in his energy. He will go do
Yeah, and
everything
then
for
you
you
get
and
his-
give it to you, and he'll
his
get his small
bread.
commission.
Yeah.
So it's like what you said. Not everything needs hard cash like that.
Yeah, not everything.
As long as you have your idea, you can.
Yeah,
put it
because
together.
sometimes with your hard cash, you can just easily go in and then
Yeah.
you come out. You will not get the time, because nobody wants to go into business and then they are losing money, right? Imagine
Yeah.
you put your all there and then now it's not working out. You tend to be so furious, angry to say, why did I put my money here? Now you start to regret.
Yeah.
So that's why I've really understand that not all business is a money solution business. You just have to look for people who have been there, who knows what is
The market.
the market.
In and out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So you need to now determine what is the change am I bringing? What else am I bringing? If you look around now, let me give a small chippings in this idea. I like transport business, a lot of money.
Yeah.
You can build an app
Yeah, I've
can build an
thought
app.
about it.
to now, because for my country now we have a lot of companies who do Uber,
Yeah.
different companies, and there is more coming. So now the market is challenging, there's competition. I cannot think about that. That thinking is for me is supposed to be like
Back then.
3-4 years ago,
Yeah.
when they had nothing like that. So but now the competition is increasing every day. I'm not sure about your competition back home. So now it all determines that if you have less competition on that, you can also focus on that, not just for school pickups. Yeah. So any idea more cheaper? Okay.
Continue with the topic.
What can limit you as a person, minister?
What do you mean? As a person? Or like me personally?
In general. What limits you as a person? Yeah, what limits you as a
As
person?
a person, what do you think will make you
Man.
personally? Give us something.
No, I'll go back to what this man said. Like for me, except for me, it's different.
It's not different.
No, it's different. Let me explain to you why. I have one problem, especially when you don't even know what to say, but you're really lucky. Yeah. So for me, I have usually one problem, especially when I get in a relationship with someone. I tend to lose focus on what I want to do with my personal life. And
This man was saying that
It's a very big thing. For that, like, is it like when you get into a relationship new or during the relationship?
Yeah, or is it
Is it like newly?
new relationship, or when it's going
During the whole-
Or if you're into a relationship now?
Once I'm in a relationship,
Yeah.
I tend to put that person first. You know, I put them before all my needs, which can look like a good thing, but sometimes it's a bad.
My brother, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. Oh, it's not a good thing at all.
Because there are certain decisions that I should make which will benefit myself, but I won't make those decisions because
Just
I want
to
to make that
please.
person happy.
Yes.
You know, so I feel like that becomes a hindrance for me in a lot of times. There's so many bad things which have happened to me where I realized that if I didn't decide to put that person first, I would have not been in that situation which I found myself in.
Yes.
So for me, that's a hindrance, a weakness which I have, especially when it comes to like relationships and stuff like that, because those tend to affect me. I don't know what happens to my brain. Just something.
It's like you lose your mind or
Yeah,
something.
just scatters.
It's
you know?
So it's like that moment you don't get sense.
I think so. I think some level of sense.
You lose your sense.
Sometimes stuff like that. You know, some while ago I give more like a testimony that
Yeah,
when you tend to help people willingly,
too much. Yeah,
they feel like maybe you want something from them,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
similar to you. Sometimes when all this situation, one thing you have to take care of yourself
Before you take
first.
care of everyone.
So basically, you're trying to say like your limits. What is your limit?
That's what he's saying. He said
You tend to forget yourself.
I tend to put
the limit now he puts
ahead of him.
in a relationship. He puts
That person in front of me. Like even if I want to do something and that person says no, let's just stay home and stay. I'll be like, okay, let me make that person happy and let me just stay home because I'm trying to make whoever it is happy and I don't want to. Is everything okay? I don't want to do what will make me happy, you know, because like I'm avoiding all that small quarrel, and to me I think like it's because I'm avoiding the quarrel, but then I'm hindering myself from that happiness.
My
Which I should
brother,
have.
we have been there. We've done it. It doesn't pay. Anywhere
It doesn't.
you
No,
it
it doesn't.
pay. No, it's good. It's really good to be good. That's true. But yeah, despite even when it comes to even your own blood family, yeah, you have to take care of yourself first. Because if you don't take care of yourself first, how will you take care of them?
Those around you, yeah.
That's just the facts. So when it comes to all those stuff, well, I've been there. I won't say that's why I understand what you just said. And I honestly understand. You should always no, it shouldn't be injuries. But we get to a stage where we get to learn.
Outgrow it.
Get to upgrade. And for me, I've been there. Now, no. If I'm single. So if I get to, honestly, I'm single. So if I get to have a good relationship now, we have to understand ourselves. But you can't play all those psychological effects on me to affect me. No, it doesn't work that way. Because at the end, if I messed up, are you still going to be with me? No. Maybe definitely you might have alternative by then because all this other agenda, you don't know the finish.
Yeah, this session was so nice. It was so nice. So now, I think we are coming to the end of this section. So, guys, I really want you to put your comment. Comment, what do you think can limit you as a person? You know, even when it comes to your goals. When it comes to your goals, what do you think can limit you? Also, when it comes to that business, what do you think that can restrict you from that business? There's a whole lot of it. So we're going to end here at this point. We're looking forward to bring more to you in this month of September when we're talking about limitations. So thank you guys so much for us coming back again.
It's maybe long.
It was not easy. Okay?
Right? It was not easy, you know.
But we are back.
We are back, you know.
We are back
Life
to
sweet, you know.
Very, very sweet.
Everything is going smoothly. We didn't undergo any form of problem. It's just school activities, So, and I'm glad that we are back again. And I'm looking forward for us to do more. And let's share our thoughts out there. All right, guys. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you so much. The senior man. Thank you so much. Oh, my minister. Thank you. All right, guys. Thank you for staying with us. I believe you guys will enjoy this banger. We'll bring it more to you soon. Peace from Honest Mind Podcast. Woo!